Hello, my name is Daniel Walton, founder and CEO of Patient Acquisition. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 biggest mistakes that I see clinic owners make when purchasing a high-end medical aesthetic device. These are going to be your lasers, body contouring, all these types of devices. Now, if you're on the market for one, you want to watch this video all the way through. Maybe you've already bought one and you're ready to purchase another one. Whatever it is, this video is going to be very helpful for you because I'm going to break everything down. Now, who am I? Like I said, I'm Daniel Walton, founder and CEO of Patient Acquisition. Over the last 3 years, we've been helping med spas, telemedicine, weight loss clinics scale and make millions of dollars. We've helped hundreds of clinics achieve a 7-figure run rate. And I've actually hired a device rep from one of the biggest companies, BTL. So I actually saw the ins and outs of a lot of these device companies. And I'm very close with a lot of device reps too, because devices can really make or break a practice, right? I think you can make a lot of money from devices. So I'm not discouraging devices in any capacity. They are a money printing machine when you have the right things in place. So the 5 biggest mistakes when purchasing a device. And we'll start off right at the top with buying the device before no proven marketing in place. Generally what happens is, first the rep comes in, then they buy, then it collects dust, and then they hire me. That's the order, right? And what happens with that is they lose a lot of money. Money's time, and they don't budget for it, right? So you need a proven marketing in place. It doesn't have to be paid. You don't have to have somebody like me who I'm a paid ad specialist. Like we make people money through ads. I can help you immediately fill up your business in a matter of like 2 to 3 months. I can get you 100% booked out. So paid is going to be aggressive. It's going to help you make money much faster. Organic's very long-term. It could take years. So if you have an organic presence, great, good for you. I have a client, they have hundreds of thousands of followers, right? They're able to make money when they buy a device because they have that following. Now, most businesses don't. And it took them years to get there. So it really just depends on where you're at. But I can't stress this alone. You need marketing in place. You need a proven system for acquiring clients. If you don't have that, do not buy a device yet. You are not ready. You need to be ready. You need to understand how these devices work, and marketing is going to do that. And it's not going to be a cheap coupon marketing, right? You have an expensive device. You need the right marketing that understands how to hit on pains, understands how to build social proof. All this is going to help you with a VSL. They're going to build out automations. They're going to build out landing pages, a split test. They're going to have custom audiences that they're setting up, right? These are all the things that they're going to do. So number 1 mistake, no proven marketing. We consult thousands of clinics a year. We get about 10 leads a day times 7, that's 70 leads a month, times 4, 280 leads in a month, times 12, that's over 1,000 businesses that we talk to. Most of these businesses aren't in place. We do like pretty much a free consultation with these clinics. So what are you doing? What's not working? What's working? What devices do you have? How much do you pay? We break down everything. So we see all of it. Like I can see just from a data perspective, what works, what doesn't work, right? Number 1 thing, they buy this device and they're not making any money on it. Now they need me, right? They might have had a steady patient base. They could have been profitable. Now they're not profitable because of that device. So make sure you have cracked the code on marketing before you buy one of these devices. And then buying the wrong device type. This is another big thing, right? I'm not going to say which device because this company will go after me, but make sure you aren't oversaturated, right? Like there's a new device that's emerging, hair loss treatments, right? Well, if I was in the middle of nowhere in this tiny little town, doesn't have a huge population of people investing in hair loss, I probably wouldn't buy that device, right? I live in Newport Beach. There's people, I just told somebody that I have a client that has a hair loss device and he's like, sign me up, right? He's got millions of dollars. He might be worth $100 million. He's like, I don't even care how much it is. Like, I just want to do whatever it takes. He's like driving with all these hats on, these LED hats. Like he just wants hair and he'll spend on whatever it is, right? So you got to make sure that you have the right device type, and that's going to be based off your market, saturation of competitors. And I would just do some research, look at competitors, look at their businesses, look at ads, call them up. Hey, do you have this device? I would never purchase a device until I called up every one of my competitors and asked if they had that device. And then I would ask if they have similar treatments to that device. you want to be in a good position, right? You don't want to be just competing with everybody. Now, obviously you can hire somebody like me. I'm going to help you stand out, but like do a little bit of research first. Like this is a $200,000 device. You're telling me you can't spend a week doing some research on your market before making a $200,000. I don't have that kind of money yet to throw away. Like I'd rather put $200,000 into something that makes me money, not something that loses me money. So I'm going to do some research, make sure that I understand the market. I'm going to find a device that I can sell to that market. And when you find that pocket, you have what's called a blue ocean, right? That's where there's very little competition. And for example, this new device came out. It's the first ever FDA cleared hair loss device, hair loss treatment laser, no numbing, no consumable costs. That's a device that I like to market, right? We can go in and make a lot of money. We're going to build out custom funnels, VSLs, and we can get you printing 50 to 100K a month now, as long as your operations and sales team can handle that. But we can easily, on our end, get you there, right? So that's like a blue ocean. 6-12 months from now, there's going to be all these other people now selling it. There's also going to be competitors trying to sell it. Now that gets more and more competitive, and you have what's called a red ocean, where everybody's selling the same thing and it gets harder to sell. Device type's going to be big. Number 3, sales. Biggest issue with clinics, sales. And this is going to be known as your patient coordinator. Your patient coordinator sales is the lifeline of your business. It is so important, especially when selling these devices. I can't stress this enough. I would almost argue that this is more important than my job. And that's coming from a marketer, right? Now, a good marketer like myself is going to reduce the need for these patient coordinators, right? So there's a spectrum. You have this spectrum of sales and marketing. They're opposites. The better the marketing is, less need for sales. Think of an e-commerce business. They don't have a sales team. They're all marketing, right? You click, you purchase, you get the product shipped to you. Did you talk to anybody? Did you talk to a salesperson? No. The marketing is very dialed in, right? So the worse the marketing is, the better the need for sales. They're opposites, right? So what is the sales, right? That's the patient coordinator. That's going to be your consultation. I would immediately, if I was you, have a body scanner, body and face 3D scanner. Every single patient that walks in the door, I would get a treatment done on them. We're going to come up with the game plan. Where do you want to be? I want to lose 100 pounds. Okay, here's where you're at. Maybe it's their face, right? What's your goal, right? I have these sunspots. I want to get rid of these. Okay, we can help you with that. And then the consultation process is going to help them sell. Number 4, overspending. Biggest issue, right? And I'm not saying buying one device that's 50,000 versus a device that's 200,000. I'm not talking about that. Like if they're, let's say, a cheaper brand for 50K versus a brand for 200K, that's not overspending. What I mean by overspending is if you bought a device for $350,000 and you let the rep rip you off and destroy you and out negotiate you and make you their little bee, that's what I mean by overspending. If you're paid $350,000 for a device that other people bought for $150,000, you got ripped off. You need to be a master negotiator. If you want to win in business, you need to learn how to negotiate, get good rates, think savvy, right? Don't overspend on a device. Don't pay $350K for a device that you can get for $150K. If you gave me $100,000, I would make you millions of dollars. You would never need to pay me again. That's crazy. But you pay $200,000, $300,000 for a device, you might never see that penny. You might bankrupt your business. Do not overspend. Negotiate the best rates. Call up other people that have that. See what rates they have. Talk with referrals. See what their financing is. Do your research. I can't tell you enough. Do your research. I'm not going to say anything more about overspending. Do not overspend. And then number 5, not understanding the true price. Okay, what do I mean by not understanding the true price? Well, do you have financing? What is the financing? Financing and interest, and then the consumable costs. If you have a device that costs $200 on consumables, a lot of the cheaper devices, they have these crazy consumable costs, right? You want to get your consumable costs down as much as possible, because that means every time you acquire a customer through a paid strategy, well, everything you have to pay to acquire, right? You're paying a social media manager, you're paying for your time to put the content out, you're paying somebody like me to run ads and do them, right? So there's always an acquisition cost plus the consumable cost. So if you have a $200 consumable, that's crazy, right? That's a lot of money. So make sure you know that, because that's going to really make or break how aggressive someone like me can come in and make your money, right? This laser device that I'm talking about has 0 consumable costs. Hey, I'll give you a free session. We'll give you a complimentary session. And you don't have to give them a full session, but a trial session so they can see, right? People might be afraid, is this going to hurt me? Is this going to work, right? Now they get in, they're like, oh my God, like this, I actually think this worked, right? Like, let's sell you a package right now. But if you have a crazy consumable cost, you can't do that, right? So make sure you know the financing and interest rates. Make sure you know the consumable costs, you know the true cost, and then make sure you know how much time, your staff costs as well, right? If you have to pay $70 an hour for a nurse, those are the things. So just to recap, the 5 biggest mistakes when purchasing a device: no proven marketing in place, the device type, right? Buying the wrong device type, oversaturated, markets not being a good fit for you, having a good sales and patient coordinator, right? Overspending on the device, and then not understanding the true price. Now, if you want to work with me and help you eliminate these issues, I've hired device reps. I can help you negotiate. I can tell you if you're getting a good rate, and we're going to help you actually make a lot of money on these devices. Make sure to fill out the application in the description. Make sure to subscribe to this video, and let's make some money in 2025. I want to make you richer.